What's going down? Two Thor's thoughts in the same night? That's just how I roll. I'm Thor. This is Thor's Thoughts. Rick and Morty, Season 3, Episode 3. Pickle Rick. And it was an amazing episode. Rick turns himself into Pickle to get out of family therapy. So the whole episode is Rick's as a Pickle and Beth and Morty and his sister go to family therapy with Dr. Wong. They're running a teacher there who's as the black teacher from his school. He's there for eating poop. So, good times. But then they go into family therapy. So they're in there talking about, obviously they start talking about Rick and why he's a pickle and what's in the syringe. Oh, because Morty rats him out because there's a timer set for 10 minutes right when they're going to leave for family therapy, and there's a syringe hanging above Rick as a pickle, which is obviously the serum to turn him back into a human being, because he's just doing it to get out of going to therapy. So they take the syringe, and that's where all the craziness ensues. So first a cat shows up and knocks him off the counter, then he rolls into the sun, then it rains, then he gets washed down the drain, then somehow he kills a bug and taps into his brain and uses the bug to walk, then turns himself into some sort of monster with bugs, and using bug brain to manipulate all the limbs. Then he's killing rats, and then he must have somehow turned himself into like an Iron Man type of monster with like rat parts and different things found in the sewer. And then he's got a rat helmet because he has a jetpack at one point to fly out of the sewer. And he flies into this house where some, foreign dignitary is with a bunch of money, and there's a bunch of bad guys, or not bad guys, but like Secret Service dudes who are trying to kill him. He ends up killing all of them. I know this sounds amazing, and it was. And the whole time, the family's at family therapy talking about blah, 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 blah. So then Rick finally destroys the entire set of Secret Service dudes and the dignitary, blows everybody up just because at this point, and then escapes with the Jackal, which was some hired bounty they had locked up in the place. It was a very strange, odd episode, but you expect nothing less from Rick and Morty. Classic Rick lines in it. Morty was being a little bitch the whole episode like usual, but Rick ended up at the family therapist to get his syringe to get turned back into a human. And so then there's a little back and forth with him and the therapist, which was pretty funny. And then they end up riding out, and he's still the pickle when they left the therapist's office. Beth finally gives him the syringe. He turns back into a human, and then they decide they're going to go out and get lit, tear one off, go to the bar, and Morty and his sister just sitting in the back, just dumbfounded. I don't know why the sister's name is escaping me right now, but either way, solid episode. Honestly, it hasn't disappointed yet. We're only 3 episodes in for Rick and Morty Season 3, and the first 2 were amazing. This one was definitely not as good as I'd say last week's or the first episode. Still a solid episode. The Rick stuff was probably the funniest. The family therapist stuff, less so. No Jerry, so that's kind of a downer. But yeah, solid episode. That's really all I got. Watch Rick and Morty. It's an awesome show. Like I said, 2 Thor's thoughts. First one was Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 4, The Spoils of War. That's up now. And this is Rick and Morty Season 3, Episode 3, Pickle Rick. Until the next episode, Basement Boy Banner Episode 91 coming at you very soon. We got SummerSlam recap coming up very soon. And, whatever else I decided to do. But until then, you know where to find us. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Deuces.